Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Tuscola High School to see Weatherby, and I tell you what, it's going to be an exciting game. It looked like we might have a few sprinkles before we got started, but I don't believe so. I believe we're going to dodge a little bit of a bullet there, Gary.
Yeah, Van, last time we were out here it was the same circumstances, and I'm no weatherman, but I don't believe that anyone's going to let it rain on this game for sure. I'd say a sellout crowd. I don't see a place to stand right now at all.
I believe there was a country song that says nobody's going to rain on our parade. I believe that's the way it's going to be tonight, whether we have rain or not. It's going to be an exciting game, and we've had an opportunity to get in the festive mood with both bands playing prior to the game, and then the fight song from both teams. So everybody's getting kind of excited. It's a nice, cool night for football. It's just right. It's not too cold, but a nice, cool, crisp autumn night.
That's a fact, Van. You know, when they were in the same conference, both Tuscola and Pisgah, this game was played. It was rather cool. I tell you what, right now it's comfortable, that's for sure.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how the game develops, and momentum could make a lot of difference. It's going to be interesting to see whose side momentum is old Mo is going to be on, and it might change sides quite frequently as it has in other games. Both teams have a lot of talent. Both have good coaching. There's a lot of spirit and enthusiasm. I think if one thing, they might have to worry about being a little bit too high, Kerry.
Well, you're definitely going to get excited for this game. There's no doubt about that. One injury really to mention, Van. Again, the Tuscola punter, Chad Gentry, broke his ankle earlier in the week. He will not be playing tonight. Looks like Nathan Sutton will be carrying on those duties as if he had time to do anything else.
Well, I think at halftime he's going to be selling popcorn and, you know, anyway, he's a fine young man. That was a little bit of a change after talking to Coach Doug Brooks. He had talked about Adam Huckabee possibly doing the punting, but evidently he decided he didn't want to do it that way, and who's to argue with success?
Well, you're right, and, you know, I understand Nathan Sutton is a very good punter, and I don't believe Adam Huckabee's had any experience punting, although he's a dandy kicker. We're getting ready to watch him kick this thing off from the hash mark, which is Tuscola's trademark now.
Well, let's see what kind of kick it's going to be. Everybody's getting excited as we get this game underway, and the kick is up. It looks like a decent kick as it goes back to about the 1-yard line, and Pisgah's got the ball at the 20. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to get out to the 33-yard line.
Dan Worrell, number 25, with that catch at about the 1-yard line, running it all the way out here to about the 35. A dandy bit of running from Dan Worrell.
He has really been a strength for this Pisgah team as far as kickoff returns. He does a fine job. 1st and 10 for the Bears of Pisgah. They have the first possession of the game from their own 33-yard line. They're led by senior quarterback Marty Inman. And they have a strong passing combination, Inman to Ben Roadarmer. They do a fine job, and you might expect to see them pass tonight some. Cagle and Hughes are the backs. Inman looks over the line of scrimmage. He's going to, looks like a bit of a mistake. And the quarterback ran into Hughes and really stopped himself more than anything else. Pick up maybe about a yard on the right side.
Yeah, Van, there we go. We see Jamie Hughes sticking that ball out. He's known for that. He starts to go down. He gets as much as he can yardage-wise with his body, stick that ball out, and I believe he got maybe a yard, or a little bit over a yard.
maybe a little bit nervous. That is to be expected in this kind of game. It's a lot of tension. Let's see if they can get a first down here. Inman in the wishbone. He's got a little yardage. He's got some room. He gets the ball up on a spin off to the right side to about the 42-yard line. A great play by Marty Inman. It'll be third down and about 3 yards to go.
It looked like he was tackled by his counterpart from Tuscola, number 10, Bobby Brooks, in there.
I had a nice conversation with Bobby's mother, and she was telling me that Bobby would like to go to Texas A&M first choice, and if not there, to the Air Force Academy, possibly on an academic or ROT scholarship. I think that would be great. Third down and 3 for the Bears of Pisgah. Let's see if they can make the first down of the game. Emmett looks over the line of scrimmage. He's got a little room. I believe he's got it with plenty to spare. He's got room. He's going. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30, down to about the 23-yard line. A big gain from Marty Inman.
Yeah, he was brought down by number 15 for Tuscola, Greg Thomas. Thomas, of course, that transfer from Cott County, Tennessee. The first time that we got to telecast a game, Greg Thomas had a good game for Tuscola, and he just ran down Marty Inman to bring out, put that ball down about, what about the 24-yard line?
Let's just say this, Kerry. After that long run, I believe any overconfidence that the Mounties might have had probably was dissolved with that run.
Well, I think Coach Brooks is right in the fact that you can pretty much throw out all the records. This is just going to be a hard-hitting game, and both teams are psyched.
First and 10 for the Bears as they run it up the middle. I don't believe he got much yardage on that, maybe a couple of yards on the play.
No, Jamie Hughes trying to run up the middle there was stopped. I couldn't catch the number of the Tuscola defender. It looked like it was more than one, that's for sure.
Second down and about, let's say, 8 yards to go. The ball is resting right now at about the 23-yard line. Van Campbell along with Kerry Carino on WDLB Channel 9, your hometown TV station. It's an exciting night for a high school football in the county. A man in motion now for the Bears. He's going to go to the left. He's got a little bit of running room, but he stopped. Inman on the keeper, and he gets the ball up to about the 20-yard line, gain of about 3 yards in the play.
I believe Marty Inman was hoping that the cornerback was going to bite on that and go to the man for the option, and he thought he would keep it and run to that left-hand side. However, Bobby Brooks for Tuscola was doing his job, staying with the man with the ball, and made that tackle.
Maybe we either missed the location of where he got, or he got a poor spot, one of the two, or maybe both. But the ball is resting right now at about the 23-yard line, a gain of 1 by Inman. Third down and about 6 to go for the Bears. Got a man in motion on the right side. They're going to probably go to the air right now. Inman going back to pass. He's got a receiver, and he's got a completion, I believe. It's going to be a first down to, is that Road Armor?
I believe that was, Ben Road Armor on the catch right there. Looked like he was brought down again by number 15, Greg Thomas.
First and 10 for the Bears. I'm going to tell you what, that Inman to Road Armor combination is something to behold. First and 10 for the Bears. They have the ball on about the 13-yard line, and they've marched the ball down the field. They've looked real good tonight on the first offensive series of downs.
Scott Smith credited with that tackle, Van.
Okay, first and 10 for the Bears. Inman's going to go to the left side. He's going to be stopped for a very little gain. And I believe that was that Cagle, or who was the runner on that?
Well, I was watching the defense on that, Van. I know number 21, Jonathan Shelton, in there on the stop. Lost about 1 yard on that carry for Pisgah. You know, you bring up the passing game for Pisgah. We've seen them run most of the time, only one pass so far. Last week against West Henderson, Pisgah threw the ball 31 times. Even Coach Renault afterwards said he was really surprised that he aired the ball out that much. Of course, they completed over half of those passes, too.
Well, they've had a little bit of trouble scoring in the red zone. Let's see what they can do now to capitalize. It's a flag on the play. I believe it's going to be a procedure penalty, and it's going to be a loss on the play. So I think that this may be a situation where the penalty is refused if it's against the offense.
Jimmy Hughes really had nowhere to run, Van, and he was stopped by number 22 for Tuscola, Nathan Sutton. Looked like Bobby Brooks was in there on the tackle as well. So those guys who are known for their offensive skills are really playing some great defense for Tuscola as well.
Well, I believe they'd be better off to take the down and the loss than they would to take the yardage, because I believe it'll be about a 5-yard walk-off, and he lost about 3 on that play, I believe. They're talking over the options with the Tuscola Mountaineers. So we'll see what takes place tonight. And it's a sellout crowd, folks. You can't pack any more in than are here. They've got standing room only around the fences. people love their high school football in Haywood County.
Oh, this is such a big game, Van. Pisgah and Tuscola, as Coach Brooks said in the pregame, this is what high school football is all about. You might be able to get one more person in here. You need a shoehorn to do it, though, I believe.
Motion penalty against the Pisgah Bears.
Well, evidently, they may not have had the option, or if they did, they went ahead and took it. I don't quite understand that if they did have the option, because it looks like he lost more yardage why they didn't take the down, but, you know, mine is not the reason why. That's why we're up here, and they're coaching. Edmond going back to pass. He's got a little bit of room, but I think he's going to be racked up for a loss as he's dropped at the 20-yard line. A big loss on the play.
Yeah, it looked like number 42, Scott Smith, and number 77, Nick Martins for Tuscola, got in there and dragged him down on that. Looked like the blocking wasn't a whole lot for Pisgah on that particular set.
You know, doing the colors kind of easy. All you got to say is Scott Smith, Scott Smith, Scott Smith. He'll make a hit on you.
On the 19-yard line.
That's backed Pisgah up again at several yards. Third down and long. It looks like about, what, 3rd and 17.
Well, you know, they really need a big play here. Let's see if the Bears can rise to the occasion.
Well, they're in the one-back set. Looks like they're going to go to the air.
Well, he does. He's got a slant, but that's not going to go for much yardage. Good coverage. It was made to Jarrett Boone. Boone gets the ball down to about the 17-yard line, but that's way short of a first down. It was 1st and 10 from the 13. They had to get down to the 3-yard line. So
number 21 for Pisgah being tackled by number 21 of Tuscola, Jonathan Shelton.
I believe they're going to try a field goal.
But a good, yeah, well, it looks like they're setting up the block, so they're going to come out and try this.
Why not? Why not go for it? It's going to be a right long field goal. It'll be about a 34-yard line. The snap is up, the kick is up, and it looks good.
It is good. It was a high snap, Van. They put the ball down, and still Marty Emmett was able to kick that ball through.
I'm going to tell you what, that was an excellent kick. It carried a right good ways. I believe he could have kicked it another 5 yards further. We'll be back after these messages. The score is Pisgah 3, Tuscola nothing on WDLB Channel 9, your hometown TV station. The Pisgah Bears have struck first in this big game, and they got to have a little bit of momentum, feel pretty good about themselves, putting some points on the board. Even if it wasn't 7, it was a good start.
It was. They marched the ball down quite a bit and went ahead and did something smart there. There was 3rd and long. They couldn't get the first down, so on 4th down, they kicked the field goal, and that was just a good kick. Looked like Marty Emmett got all of it and put Pisgah ahead right now 3-0.
34-yard boot by senior quarterback Marty Inman. Here comes the kick. The Bears take it at the 5-yard line. They've got a little bit of room. He can go all the way. Oh, he's going to be stopped at the 48-yard line.
Nathan Sutton grabbing that ball and bringing it down to almost midfield. Looked like he was tackled by 44, Jamie Hughes for the Pisgah Bears. A dandy bit of running from Nathan Sutton.
And if he hadn't been stopped there, it was all she wrote, because that boy can motor.
There's no doubt about it. It looked like there was maybe one Bear to beat, and I believe that was Marty Inman back there if Hughes had not grabbed Nathan Sutton by the back of the jersey and drug him down. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Bobby Brooks is the quarterback, hands the ball off the middle, and he gives it to number 26, Eric Ferguson. Ferguson's got a first down, and he gets the ball down to the 39.5-yard line. 1st and 10, Mounties. Eric Ferguson brought down by number 21 for the Pisgah Bears, Jared Boone. And, of course, we're going to see Tuscola in that wishbone all evening long. As we mentioned before, Van, Tuscola really probably, if they air it out a handful of times, I'll be surprised. They've only thrown 12 passes on the year right now. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Have the ball in Pisgah territory at the 39.5-yard line. Brooks looking over the line of scrimmage. Hands the ball off and gets pretty good yardage. Ferguson gets the ball up. He's a power runner, kind of like Cagle for Pisgah. He got maybe 3 or 4 on the play. There's no doubt Ferguson wants to run that ball, too. He was high-stepping and churning, trying to pick up as many yards as he possibly could. It looks like he picked up about half of what they needed for that first down. Well, we'll say 2nd down at about 6. I think he's about a yard short of that. I'll tell you one thing, Cagle and Ferguson are very similar, but, you know, sometimes when you try to get that extra effort, the ball can be knocked out of your hand, so that's something to keep an eye on as far as turnovers. Turnovers could make a difference in this game. Ball's handed off on the delay to Sutton. Sutton can go all the way. He's gone. He is gone. Touchdown, Mounties. A big touchdown for the Mounties.
as Nathan Sutton, their all-star, he may be the best player in Western North Carolina, scores for the Mountaineers. They're ranked #1 by the Asheville Citizen-Times, so they have a pretty good team. It is 6-3, and we'll wait for the extra point right now. Huckabee is going to try the extra point. He's waiting for the snap. It's a low snap, but he gets it up. The kick is up and good. The score is the Mountaineers 7, the Pisgah Bears 3. We'll be back on Channel 9 WDLV, your hometown station. We're back here, and lightning has struck again. It might be a situation where we're on offense all night, and the defense doesn't stop either team. Both coaches, I think, were expecting a low-scoring game, or at least Doug Brooks was. The Mountaineers kick off, and let's see, bringing the ball back for the Bears of Pisgah. They didn't get quite, wait, he's got some room. He's still on his feet. A great run back. Is that Dan Worrell again?
That was Dan Worrell once again. He didn't want to be brought down, Van, and he kept moving and came out of that pile to come over here to this left-hand side. He was finally tackled, looked like by number 11, Darren Tate, and some other Mountaineers as well.
1st and 10 for the Bears, and they're going to have to regroup a little bit. You know, I don't think anybody needs to get too concerned about this because they've started slow the games we've done so far.
Well, the big concern for Coach Renault for the Bears is the fact that this is a young team, and he just has to hope that they don't get down on themselves. They have to stay positive.
Emmons, the quarterback, he's going back to pass. He's got a receiver out there. It is intercepted. Intercepted by Nathan Sutton, I believe. Yes, it is. And he's got good yardage as it's brought back to the 20-yard line. And Mo right now is wearing a Mountaineer uniform.
That was it. Well, there is a flag on the play, Van. That was a good interception from Nathan Sutton and a pretty good return as well. He just skied up there to pick that ball off.
Might be a situation where there was a clip on the run back. I think there's going to be a illegal block or clipping on the run back. Let's see if that in the case. I believe the interception's going to stay here. We're trying to figure out exactly what is going on. It looks like it's going to be a penalty against the Mountaineers.
You talk about momentum, Van. That's a big momentum boost for the Mountaineers right now to go in there and score, and then on the first play from scrimmage for Pisgah to go ahead and pick that ball off and return it well inside Pisgah territory. That penalty backing it back up.
That might take a little bit of the air out of the momentum that they gained, however, because it gives the Pisgah Bears a chance to regroup a little bit. 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers. And they're led by Bobby Brooks. He hands the ball off on the right side, and that didn't go for much, as Sutton is stopped for no gain.
Number 99, Allen Wright, in there for Pisgah. He's a big key to that defensive line. He makes a lot of tackles on the year, and once he wraps up, he brings his person down. Eric Ferguson, again, boy, he's running and running and running, and he doesn't want to be brought down. And he's going to be, well, there's no doubt every person out there is going to be very tired when this game is over.
Allen Wright is the right man for the job on that end position. What do you think?
I think you're right.
2nd down and 10 yards to go, or maybe 10 and a half for the Mountaineers, as they've got receivers split wide right and left, and Sutton's in motion. They're going to try a sweep play. It didn't work this time, as Pisgah is alerted, and there was only a gain of 2 or 3, so an adjustment by the Pisgah Bear coaching staff and players stopped Sutton cold. He ran a touchdown on that play previously, but that didn't work that time. 3rd down and about, I'd say, 8 yards to go.
Man, that's something Tuscola puts in their arsenal. They'll come out of the wishbone and put both of those running backs into the slot position, and then they'll throw a little sweep out there like that. And it worked a couple times last week against Brevard.
Well, you wonder if Pisgah's just going to start stuffing the line of scrimmage since they're not throwing the ball. They're going to try a little trickery. This isn't going to work, I don't believe. Well, maybe it will. And he gets a 1st down. A great play. And that was number 15.
Greg Thomas in there with that run, a good bit of running. He should have been stopped for a couple-yard loss back there, but he was not. He ended up getting very close to a 1st down. In fact, they're going to bring out the sticks.
I believe he got it, but it is close. He did well to avoid a big loss.
Well, Pisgah really had that play
diagnosed, but they just didn't execute as well as they could have.
You're right. Well,
it is a 1st down by inches. Well, the Bears have kind of regrouped, though. Even so, they've had a miscue. They've had some problems. They are a young team. Coach Renaud is a little bit concerned about them getting down. I don't think they're going to do that tonight.
A game this big, Van, I'd be surprised if anyone gets down from either team.
I think they're playing for pride. 1st and 10. They hand the ball up the middle. And that is one thing to make those sweeps to the wide side work, is handing the ball up the middle. Was that Ferguson?
No, that was Daniel Reams in there, and Tuscola will do that. They'll run some sweeps and some counters with Nathan Sutton and Eric Ferguson, and then they'll give it on a little dive to Daniel Reams up the middle, and he picks up a good about 5 or 6 yards. He was stopped by number 99 for Pisgah, Alan Wright.
You keep hearing that name. He does a wonderful job with the Bears. I can't say enough nice about him. 2nd down and about 4 yards to go. The ball is on about the 32-yard line of the Bears. Here come the Mountaineers. Hands the ball off to Sutton. Is that Sutton?
That's Eric Ferguson on the carry.
I believe he might have fumbled, did he?
No, he went ahead and carried enough for the 1st down.
Okay, a great run. You know, everybody talks about Nathan Sutton, but Eric Ferguson is not chopped liver, friends.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I think the two of them have like almost 1,000 yards on the season already. In fact, Sutton before the game had 538 yards on about 56 carries, and Ferguson had 355 yards on 51 carries. So,
and Reams is a very powerful runner.
And only a sophomore.
They hand the ball up the middle, off to the left side on the slant, maybe a yard or two, nothing more than that. A good reaction by the Pisgah Bear defense. And I think the Bears are playing pretty tough considering that they've just had a turnover, and they started off with good momentum, and then the Mountaineers moved the ball down the field and scored very quickly.
Well, it looks like Pisgah is going to go ahead and just stuff the line and hope they can stop that Tuscola running game right now. They've been keeping about 7 people on that line.
Well, I think probably that Tuscola has seen that this year since they run the ball so much.
Well, right now they have a little bit more than 7 men on the line. They got 9 up there.
Well, I can't blame them. They're going to make Tuscola throw the ball. Brooks hands the ball off, and they got some room. He may go all the way. Is that Sutton again?
He did a good bit of running to get down about the 3-yard line. He was brought out of bounds by number 21, Jared Boone for Pisgah, but a good bit of trickery and a good bit of running from Bobby Brooks.
That was Brooks.
Yeah, Bobby Brooks on that.
Wow. You know, he is a good magician with that ball. He does a fine job. 1st and goal.
It goes back, Van, to Bobby Brooks. You know, this being he's a senior, but this is the first time at the varsity level calling the shots and running this offense, and he does a good job with this wishbone.
One of the advantages of staying with the set, it looked like a penalty there. I believe that's going to be a touchdown for Sutton. It is, off the left side. One of the advantages of staying with a formation, you know, through the years for junior high, JV, etc., is the players become familiar with it. And I think it means that when they get their chance and their turn, they execute better.
Well, it's an offense that Coach Brooks has run for years and years and years, and he's an expert at it. He knows how to coach with the wishbone, and his players are really running it to perfection right now.
Well, the Mountaineers take advantage of the turnover from Pisgah to make it 13-3. Let's see if they can make the extra point. Adam Huckabee is out to kick it. The kick is up, and it looks like it's good. And it is good. 14-3 is the score. The Mountaineers lead the Pisgah Bears. We'll be back after these messages on WDLV Channel 9, your hometown TV station. We're back here at C.E. Weatherby Field, and you got to ask yourself, you know, is this going to puncture a little hole in the balloon, perhaps, of the Bears? I know they're going to play for pride, but they got to be a little bit down with a 14-3 score, and we're still just in the first quarter.
Makes me wonder if Coach Renaud's going to start going, letting the Bears run the ball a little bit more. They didn't have much success with that first pass the last time, as Nathan Sutton for Tuscola intercepted it. So I want to see if when they get it on this set of downs, if they'll start running it a little bit more, just moving like they did the first possession.
Well, maybe they're going to have to throw more because they're behind. You never know. They've got a pretty good passing combination. I think he just made a real good play on the defense on that particular interception.
Well, he did.
It's Worrell again. He's got some room. Wait a minute. He's breaking through there. He gets the ball up to about the 45-yard line.
Well, there's no doubt about it, Van. Dan Worrell's doing a fantastic job on bringing that ball on the return. He brought it out to about the 40, looked like about the 44-yard line. I believe he was stopped by number 15, Greg Thomas.
You know, a quick touchdown here would certainly put a little bit of zip back in the Bears.
Honestly, Van, I don't even, if it doesn't even have to be a quick touchdown, if they can move the ball down and get in the end zone, build some momentum back for themselves. Right now, the momentum is swinging in Tuscola's favor.
Receiver split wide right and left. Marty Inman, the quarterback, needs to get something going here for the Bears of Pisgah. They are going to run the ball. He's going to take it. He's got some room. Oh, what a run. Marty Inman. What a play for Inman. Oh, a great play and a great tackle. I hope that Inman wasn't hurt on the play, but he got big yardage, a big first down, a gallop of about 20 yards on the play.
Eric Ferguson came out of nowhere and grabbed Marty Inman by the jersey and brought him down about the 35-yard line. I don't know where he came from. I thought Inman had maybe one man to beat on that play, and all of a sudden Ferguson's in there with the tackle. A big stop, but nonetheless, Pisgah moving that ball.
Certainly got to give them a little bit of a boost. I'm going to tell you what, that's what they needed. Timeout is called. We'll take time in for these messages on WDLB with the score. The Mountaineers of Tuscola 14, the Bears 3. Here come the Bears. That was the end of the quarter. Inman going back. He's got some room. He's got a receiver. He's got a grab, and there's a flag on the play. Road Armor catches the ball at the 20, and I think they're going to rule a roughing against number 15, Greg Thomas. I didn't see it, Kerry, but maybe they saw it. But it's a situation where they call a roughing penalty, and they're talking it over right now. Maybe they're going to pick the flag up. We'll see in just a second. If not, it's going to be a good break for the Bears. The officials are talking now to the Bears, and I believe they're going to march it off. A big break for the Bears gives them some momentum with 11:53 to play in the second period. It's going to be, they're going to cancel it. They're going to cancel the penalty. Okay. I think that was the right call.
Yeah, Van, that looked like some good defense there. I believe that was number 15, Greg Thomas on the stop right there. I
pushed him out, but I didn't see any real flagrant type of hit.
It was a dandy catch, I'll tell you that much.
Well, nothing that we're not used to seeing with Road Armor and Inman. They did just do a fine job. 1st and 10 for the Bears. They're at the 19-yard line of the Mountaineers. They'd like to get a first down. Boone is in motion. Emmons got the ball. He's going to carry and scamper. He's got good yardage, and they found something that they can capitalize on as he gets the ball down to about the 7-yard line. He may have close to another first down.
You're right, Van. That's very similar to the play they ran just a little while ago to move the ball that far down. And again, Eric Ferguson on the in on the tackle, coming from that middle linebacker spot.
Emmons has made several nice runs tonight. They are not playing him as tightly as they need to. Evidently, they're playing the other backs, and he's hurting them.
Well, you're right. That's a good point because he, we've seen him in the past pitch out on that option, but he's been keeping it a lot more tonight than we've seen in other games, and it seems to be working for him.
He seems a little quicker tonight. I don't know what it is, but he just seems a little bit quicker foot speed or something.
It's Pisgah Tuscola ball game. I think that's what it is.
Maybe that's what it is. 1st and 10 for the Bears. 1st and goal, actually. Emmons got it. He's going to be stopped for no gain on the play, maybe even a loss as it goes back to about the 8 or 9.
It looked like Bobby Brooks in there with a shoestring tackle.
Well, they might have been keying on him there.
Looked like also 86 Richard Messer was in there.
I think one of the reasons you have to respect Inman on that sweep as far as passing it is he is such a dangerous passer. You can't play him completely for the run. Maybe a loss of about a yard on the play, and I know that the Bears would like to put 7 on the board right now. They may even go for 4th down here. You never know.
Well, this is where they were in last week, where they had problems getting it into the end zone and here inside the 10-yard line.
Let's see. Inman going back and pass. He's got some time. He's got a receiver. He's got a touchdown. Is it Road Armor?
Jared Boone catching that ball for the touchdown.
A great play by Marty Inman to Jared Boone, and I'll tell you what, that's what you call coming back with pride.
Yeah, that was a good pass, too. Marty threw it out there where Boone could get to it. Nathan Sutton was in coverage and covering very well. He just could not get to that ball to bat it away, and that was just a good throw and a good catch.
Well, Marty Inman is as fine a quarterback as you're going to see probably in high school football generally. I mean, there probably are a few better, but not too many. And that was a great pass and a great execution from Inman to Jarrett Boone. The point after's up, and it's good. And the score is 14-10 on WDLB Channel 9, your hometown TV station. We'll be back after these messages. Well, the Bears have shown a little pride, and they've gotten the old Mo back on their side a little bit as they've come back strong with a touchdown and a great execution from Marty Inman to Jarrett Boone on a touchdown pass. Let's see what the Mountaineers can do to top that. There's going to be a whistle blown. I don't know what the problem is, but there's a flag thrown on the kickoff. I got a feeling that somebody's offsides.
That's probably a safe bet when it's thrown right there on the 40-yard line. Not that you're a betting man, but that's a safe bet.
That's why you're the fearless prognosticator.
Can you spell it?
No. Fortuitous. That's my word for tonight. Fortuitous.
You stole that from me from last week.
That's right. 14-10, this game has been all it's been advertised to be, as both sides have demonstrated that they can move the ball. The defenses have been playing pretty well, but the offenses have been really executing. I thought that was pretty good defense by Nathan Sutton, but it just wasn't. He just couldn't get there.
Well, it was good defense. I tell you, it was just a good pass from Marty Inman as well. I mean, that play was just perfection all the way around.
The kick is up in the air, and it's a short kick to the 20. And that's Nathan Sutton that gets the ball up to about the 35, 36, and that's what you call one of those pooch kicks, where you don't try to kick it deep, but you want to make sure that you don't get a run back on the play. Plus, the penalty probably hurt him a little bit, Kerry, but I don't think he really tried to boom it.
Looked like number 90, Chip Cody, in there on that tackle. I couldn't see the number very well, but I believe it was 90. They were crediting Alan Wright with the tackle from the press box, but it looked like number 90 to me made that stop.
1st and 10 for the Mountaineers. Bobby Brooks is the field general. Hands the ball off the middle. And they get pretty good yards on the play, maybe 3 or 4. The ball goes up to about the 40.5-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and about 6.5.
Ryan Gibson in there on the stop for Pisgah, and also number 30 for Pisgah, Lucas Sarles. You know, we saw him last week with a lot of stops on
kickoffs. He's a fine player.
He's a good tackler. He really is for the Pisgah Bears.
2nd and 6.5 to 7 for the Mountaineers. They have the ball on their own 40.5-yard line. Brooks is going back. He looks like he might pass it. He's got a receiver. He's got Sutton. And they've got a completion, a big play. When you don't throw often, you can certainly catch the defensive napping a little bit.
And that's exactly what Tuscola did on that play, Van. Pisgah was inching in and inching in. It had 9 people around the line. They had 2 back, but it wasn't enough to stop Nathan Sutton on that as he snuck through and caught that pass and moved the sticks down for a 1st down. Just a dandy pass and a good catch from Nathan Sutton.
Brings the ball down to the 38-yard line of the Pisgah Bears, so that was a pretty good gain there. From their own 40 to the 37.
Hasn't stopped Pisgah from crowding that line, though.
Brooks has got the ball and hands the ball off to Reams, and he gets good yardage up the middle. That loosened up that middle a little bit, so that they had to watch that a little bit. They have to play the pass honest when they hurt them a little bit there.
Well, that's one thing Coach Renaud will say about Tuscola. When you watch Eric Ferguson and Nathan Sutton, you got to be careful, because you can't forget about Daniel Reams, because if he gets anything around the middle, you know, he gets anything between the tackles, he could get some good yardage. He's a dandy fullback.
No question about it. 2nd down and about 2 yards to go for the Mounties. Hand the ball up the middle. Well, no, they didn't. A great fake by Brooks. He's got some room. He's going to go all the way. Bobby Brooks is going all the way. Touchdown, Mounties. I'll try to get a little bit more excited, Kerry.
Looks like number 51 for Pisgah, Scott Murphy, had him wrapped up and slid right off of him with a good bit of movement from Bobby Brooks, and he carried that ball all the way in for a touchdown. A good bit of running, I tell you.
I'm going to tell you what, Brooks has shown me he can run pretty well, too. Both of these quarterbacks have had some good gains on the ground. So it's 20-10 now in favor of the Mountaineers, as they're going to give Adam Huckabee an opportunity to make the point after.
You know, Van, I don't think he's missed one all year.
He's pretty steady. The kick is up. It looks good to me, and it is good. 21-10, that's the score here with 8:38 to play in the 1st half on WDLB Channel 9, your hometown TV station. We are back at CE Weatherby, and I'll tell you what, the offenses have just been outstanding tonight. The defenses are good, but the offenses have been outstanding.
Yeah, you're right. The defenses have been good, Van. It just looks like the offenses for both teams have been a little bit better. And if we thought this was going to be a low-scoring game, I don't think so right now.
No, I don't believe so. It's going to be an exciting game, I guarantee you that, and it has been already. The Bears get it in good field position, and they're going to be stopped. Wait a minute. He's got good room. Was that Was that Worrell again?
I don't believe so, Van. It looked like number 30, Lucas Sorrells, on that run. He found something up the middle and took off and got it almost to midfield, actually about the 43-yard line. Good bit of running, good bit of blocking. He knew to follow his blockers, and that's exactly what he did.
I think the special teams on Pisgah are doing an excellent job on those run backs. They do a mighty good job. Worrell finally has a little bit of competition as Sorrell makes a nice run back. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Let's see if they can rise to the occasion. They're going to growl a little bit. They got receivers split wide, right and left. He's going to hand it off, and a good run. Oh, what a play by Pisgah. 1st and 10 for the Bears.
That was a good execution right there as Marty Inman faked the pitch out and then gave it through to Jeremy Cagle on the left-hand side. Jeremy had to try to fight a block that Tim Clark was laying down on, looked like Nathan Sutton over to that left-hand side. Sutton able to get away and make the tackle, but still a good carry from Jeremy Cagle, who's a junior, and he picked up the first down.
I'm going to tell you what, I like Jeremy Cagle. He is a fine runner, and that was great deception, I believe. Fooled me for sure. Great play by the Bears. A quick hitter off of a fake pitch. Inman is the quarterback. 1st and 10. They have the ball in Mountaineer territory, and they got a little room as they get another first down. Wait a minute, it's a fumble on the play, and the Mountaineers recover. Oh, my goodness.
Van, it looked like as Marty Inman was going down, somebody was able to get in there and strip him. I believe it was Eric Ferguson or Nathan Sutton. They were both in there on the tackle. I couldn't tell which one, but it looked like one of them got a hand in there and stripped the ball loose as it was picked up. I could not get the number of the man that picked up the ball, though.
Well, I'll tell you, turnovers have made a difference already in this game, and it could make a big difference as the Mountaineers jumped into the lead with a turnover, and let's see what they're going to do now. If they score now, it's going to put more pressure on the Bears as they trail 21-10. Ball is handed off. He's got room. Let's see. It's Sutton. Sutton's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 15, down to the 16.
Nathan Sutton, a good bit of running over here to this left-hand side, cutting in between defenders. Looked like he was brought down by Neil Cagle and also Jared Boone. But Sutton had a good run right there, moved the ball down. It looked like he picked up, what, about 30 yards or more.
I'm going to tell you what, he is fun to watch, isn't he? And they say football may not even be his best sport. That's what's interesting. He's an excellent basketball player.
Timeout Pisgah.
Timeout Pisgah. We'll take time in for these messages of the score. Is the Mountaineers 21, Pisgah 10 on WDLB Channel 9, your hometown TV station. We're back, and Martin was the one that recovered the fumble for Tuscola. Sutton just made a great play. Let's see what's going to happen. He's got, it's number 26. He's got room. He's going to be close for a touchdown, and it is a touchdown.
Eric Ferguson carrying the ball on the right-hand side, getting a good touchdown, Van. I thought Pisgah would be able to string it out a little bit farther, but evidently Ferguson has some speed that he just used to get to that corner over there just before he was brought down, just getting in. And a good run and a big touchdown for Tuscola from Eric Ferguson.
Well, it looks like it could be, if things don't change, a long night for the Bears. 27-10 is the score. Let's see if Adam Huckabee will be able to make the point after attempt. The snap, the kick is up, and it's good. 28-10 is the score. We'll be back after these messages on WDLB Channel 9 TV, your hometown TV station. Well, Tuscola's vaunted line running attack has certainly been a factor in tonight's game, and I'll tell you what, they are asserting themselves and showing why they are ranked #1 in the West in football. Pisgah picks up the ball at about the 3-yard line. They've got a little bit of a block there. There's going to be a flag on the play. Evidently, somebody has made an illegal infraction. I would guess it's going to be on Pisgah. It's generally on the kicking team when you see a flag down there. That's not always the case. It should be a clipping penalty, I would think, or a blocking in the back or something like that.
No matter what, Van, that was a good stop by 45 Sam Dyer right there on that tackle. They met, and that was it. Dyer said, "No, I believe you're going to go down."
Well, the Bears are moving backwards, so I would assume that it's going to be against them. One of the problems that you've got on offense is you need to pass the ball because you need to score some points, but you also need to hold on to the ball to keep the Mountaineers from getting the ball back because they score so quickly.
Well, already Pisgah with 2 turnovers on an interception and a fumble, and both times they were moving the ball just fine.
They have moved the ball well tonight. 1st and 10 for the Bears. They have the ball on their own 15-yard line. Edmond, he got some room. He's got pretty good yardage on the play, and he's running the ball very well. I guess maybe the Mountaineers really would kind of like for him to run the ball because if he takes enough bruises and bumps, it might keep him from being quite as effective on the pass.
A game this big, though, Van, I got to think that he's not going to feel anything until probably tomorrow morning. He's there. Everyone out there is already psyched and ready to go. There's no doubt about it.
I'd like to be the guy that sells the Ben Gay to these schools of the Linneman. I tell you, there are going to be some folks in the whirlpool tomorrow. 2nd down and about 3 yards to go. A great run for Edmond. Hands the ball off, and good yardage up the middle as they get good room there. 1st down.
Looked like Jamie Hughes in on the carry.
A nice run for the young man. He's a very talented runner, and going up the middle was a good break from running around the sides, and it picked up good yardage as probably Tuscola was looking for that outside sweep again.
Number 15 for Tuscola, Greg Thomas on the stop, and he's played some pretty outstanding defense already on this evening.
Yes, he has. We've heard that name a lot, too. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Another 1st down. They've moved the ball tonight. They had the ball on their own 35. Edmonds going to try to sweep again. This one didn't work. He lost yardage that time. Lost a couple yards on the play. Great reaction from the Mountaineers.
Mike Monday in on the tackle, and he's a big key to that defensive lineup for Tuscola. And there's no doubt about it that Coach Doug Brooks is very high on Mike Monday and his abilities.
He should be. He's made a lot of tackles for them this year. 5:21 to play in the 1st half. The Mountaineers have a pretty good lead so far, 28-10. And there's been 2 turnovers by Pisgah that have probably played a lot into the score that has been. Pisgah going back to pass. He's going to be chased. He throws it out. It's going to be incomplete.
Pisgah setting up in that broken bone, put a man over here to the slot. Marty Inman rolling back out. It looked like the blockers for Pisgah knocked, I believe that was number 26, Eric Ferguson, almost into Marty Inman instead of away from him. Inman with not a good throw, that's for sure. He's throwing it out of bounds. I don't know if he was just hoping maybe he could only get the Pisgah receiver to it, or if he was just wasting it, knowing that some pressure from Tuscola was coming at him.
3rd down and long now for the Bears. I think you're almost in a passing situation unless you pull a screen or a draw. Let's see what they do. A screen, well executed, could be big yardage.
Well, they're in that.
They're in that half bone now. Going back. Yep. He's got a screen. He's got good yardage. He's got a 1st down and plenty to spare. A great call.
Van, we have seen this play several times. If you watch the Bears any at all for this year, they will do that. They'll get back there on that 3rd long, knowing the defense is coming at them, and they'll set up that little screen. I believe that was a little dump out to, what was that, Jeremy Cagle? I couldn't pick up.
I believe it was. It was a well-executed play. He threw it as the Bears were trying to, as the Mountaineers were trying to rush the Bears, and it was executed perfectly. 1st and 10. They've got it now in Mountaineer territory, and they need a 1st down. They have the ball on the 44-yard line of the Mountaineers. They're going to try the sweep now. Edmond makes a nice block. He made a nice block to make that play a little bit better than it would have been, because it would have been stopped maybe for a yard or 2 gain, but it ended up being about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a good block from Marty Edmond to spring Jamie Hughes over here to this right-hand side. And again, Hughes stretching out, putting that ball down, about a yard more than he would normally get if he were to tuck the ball away. That's good, and it can be bad because it can be easy for someone to knock the ball out, although he doesn't seem to do it in instances where people are gathered up where they can knock the ball out. But he picked up a good bit of yardage on a play that didn't look like they should get a whole lot.
I'm going to tell you something. I would not put it past Pisgah to go long for all the marbles. They've done it before. Well, they don't. They try that little delay play again that worked so well before, and it didn't work this time as they smelled that one.
Jeremy Cagle there on that carry looked like he was stopped by number 21 for Tuscola, Jonathan Shelton. That's just a good bit of tackling from Shelton. Jeremy tried everything he could to get Shelton out of his shoes, and it didn't work out. Shelton with a good stick on Jeremy Cagle.
And Cagle is not a young man that goes down easily.
Now, there again, we've talked about it before. He'd rather run over a defender than run around, and that time he thought he might try this running around business.
He's built for power. Third down and about 6.5 to go. The ball is at about the 41. Let's see if the Bears can get it. He's being rushed. He's got a man out there, but it's not going to be completed. He was rushed just a little bit. I believe it had a little bit more time. He'd have completed that pass.
He was hurt. It really wasn't a good pass out there to number, I believe that's 20, Ben Rodarmer. But Marty Emmon did not get a good pass off to Rodarmer.
Well, I believe they're going to kick it. You know, a fake punt might not be something I wouldn't put it past Coach Renault to do anything. I mean, he's a risk taker, and may not happen, but it could.
Well, with 3 minutes left, they're probably not expecting to get the ball back. It might be something they could do.
Well, let's see. It looks like all the Tuscola Mountaineers are on the line rushing the kicker, so they could have a – oh, it's a high snap. They back up. It was a fake rush. And he's going to call for a fair catch, but it's going to bounce for Pisgah way. And it's going to be down to about the 11-yard line, so a great kick that just died. I mean, it died like a dead duck.
It looked like he took a wedge or a 9-iron out and stuck it on the green because that ball hit and bounced back just a little bit.
A great kick. Well, with the exception of a couple of turnovers and the fact that they have not been able to put it into the zone, the red zone, as far as the touchdown that first time they scored, Pisgah has really looked pretty good on offense, Kerry.
Yeah, both teams actually looking pretty good, but there again, you have that turnover picture to talk about, and both coaches told us it's going to come down to big plays and turnovers, and right now Tuscola is leading the turnover category, and therefore the game right now 28-10 with about 3 minutes left in this first half.
They've recovered 2 fumbles. I'm sorry, 1 fumble and 1 pass interception. Here come the Mountaineers. They've got a little room. Is that Sutton? I believe it is. And he's got about 9 yards on the left side. He's always dangerous.
Looked like Nathan Sutton was tackled by number 30 for Pisgah, Lucas Sorrells, and I believe Jared Boone was in there on that tackle as well. Nice little bit of sportsmanship there. Sorrells helped Sutton out.
Well, I like that. You got to like that. I believe it's a first down. I really believe these kids are going to hit each other hard, but I don't believe you're going to see any dirty hits. I really don't. They take the football seriously, but I think they're all good sportsmen. 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers. Bobby Brooks is the quarterback. He's had some nice runs tonight. He hands the ball. Wait a minute. What is the deal? That didn't go much anywhere. That play did not develop, and I don't know who got it, but he didn't do much with it.
Daniel Reams with that first man through, and Pisgah was there waiting on it to make the stop. In fact, it looks like he lost, well, actually no gain at all. Didn't lose anything, didn't gain anything.
They said, hello, and welcome to your own field. They stuffed him pretty hard there. He's a power runner, too. 2nd down and 10 for the Mountaineers. They have the ball on their own 24-yard line. Hand the ball off, and this may go for more yardage. A good run. Here comes Sutton. He may go all the way. Can they stop him? I don't know. And they do finally bring him down at about the 8-yard line. What a run.
That was a good run, a great run from Nathan Sutton. Neil Cagle for Pisgah ran him down and made a diving catch at right at about the 10-yard line to stop that touchdown. Sutton must have thought he had it, and all of a sudden there's Neil Cagle for Pisgah making the stop, but just a dandy run from Nathan Sutton. He's having a whale of a game.
He is really racking up the yards. I bet he's over 100 yards already, or pretty close to it, because he had that 30-yard run earlier, and he's had three really long runs tonight. They hand the ball off to Ferguson. And he stopped. It looked like he might have been pulled down by the head mask, but the face mask, but evidently the official didn't think so.
Looked like Neil Cagle was in there on that tackle, too. Also, Alan Wright for Pisgah. Looked like he got him around the ankles, but Eric Ferguson, a good run over to that right-hand side, picking up about a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
Cagle showed me he had some speed there, because I tell you what, you don't see too many times when Sutton gets out in front of a crowd that he doesn't run it all the way in. Maybe he got a little bit tired. They hand the ball off, and it didn't go for much of nothing. I think that there may be a timeout now. Let's see.
Number 50, Owen.
Timeout for the Mountaineers. The score is the Mountaineers 28 and Pisgah 10 with 45 ticks left on the clock. You're on WDLB Channel 9 TV, your hometown TV station.
Pump it up while you...
We're back, and there's only 45 ticks left on the clock, and I believe you got to pass the ball. Of course, when you run the ball as well as Tuscola, you don't have to pass the ball, but I believe they'll put it in the air this time. Got a man in motion. Oh, they're going to try a play. A touchdown.
That's a halfback pass from Nathan Sutton back to Bobby Brooks. I can't believe that little trickery.
Oh, what a play by the Mountaineers. I think Doug told me he didn't have anything planned for this game.
Nothing up his sleeve at all.
You think he might have been wolfing me just a little bit there?
Yeah, that was just a good play. The little halfback pass from Sutton to Brooks, and Sutton laid it right on the money. And Brooks with a good grab, Pisgah defender right in his face.
I'm going to tell you what, I was impressed with that. What a beautiful play. As the Mountaineers score again. Adam Huckabee's been perfect tonight. And the snap is high. He gets it off, and I believe it's going to be good still. No, it isn't good. That's the first time he's missed one that we can remember. 34-10 is the score on WDLB Channel 9, your hometown TV station. To say right now that things are looking a little bleak for the Pisgah Bears. They've got a long way to come back on a team that's pretty darn good, Kerry.
Well, Van, I tell you, if people are watching this on television, I hope they have the VCR running, because they better get a tape of that play, that last play for Tuscola. If Coach Brooks runs that play again this century, I'll be surprised. That's something else, a halfback pass back to the quarterback for a touchdown.
That may go on some opponents' films. The kick is sort of a squib kick. Here comes Pisgah, and they're going to try to get some yardage on it, but I don't believe they're going to get much.
Lucas Sarles picking that ball up, a little squib kick, running it out there about the 30-yard line.
Well, he's had a nice run back tonight already, and, of course, Worrell always has good run backs.
At the 29-yard line.
First and 10 for the Bears, and what do you do? Do you go bombs away, or you try to run the ball to keep the ball away from the Mountaineers?
Well, Van, you think back a couple of weeks ago, they were in the same situation against East Henderson, and they decided to go ahead and air the ball out trying to score. They're behind by 24 right now with only about 20 ticks left on the clock.
They're going to just run it out, I believe. Well, that's a surprise. Wait a minute. He may have some room here. What a great run by Pisgah. Was that Jamie Hughes?
Looked like, yeah, number 44, Jamie Hughes.
He is a fine back.
He's a very quick back, kind of back that likes to juke and jive. Pisgah calling timeout. 13 seconds left.
Well, maybe that was a pretty good call. Everybody had to be expecting the pass, and it was certainly a safe call as well. So we're going to keep it right here for right now. We've had a lot of timeouts, and this game has been exciting to say the least, but it's been a real offensive situation for both teams. The defenses have not had a great night, but the difference has been the turnovers and the fact that the Mountaineers have capitalized on the turnovers of Pisgah and have made the big plays.
Well, you're right. The big plays and the turnovers are the big thing. Both coaches told us about it. It's going to come down to turnovers and big plays. Of course, you think a lot of times that's what you always hear in a game like this. And, you know, you tend to say, yeah, sure. That's exactly what's happened right now. These coaches really knew what was going to be going on tonight, that's for sure. Right now, Pisgah with a couple of turnovers that Tuscola has capitalized on and leading this game 34-10 with only 13 seconds left in this first half.
I like your shirt. It's politically correct. I just wanted to mention that. Both red and yellow. Very good. First and 10 for the Bears. Edmond going back to pass. He's being rushed. He's going to throw it deep. Almost, but not quite.
Number 15 for Tuscola. Greg Thomas getting his hand up there, knocking that ball away, and that's just good defense.
I'm going to tell you what, the Mountaineers made Edmond pay the price for that pass. They hit him hard.
Yeah, they decided to rush some of their linebackers in on a little blitz, and Marty Emmond did pay the price on it. He got a good little lick, that's for sure.
I'm going to tell you what, he's a tough young man. He can really take the punishment. Second and 10. Will they go long again? I don't think they'll try the screen pass here, but they could. Let's see. He's got it intercepted.
Eric Ferguson's going to pick that ball off as time runs out.
Well, it didn't really hurt him that much if you think about it. Halftime score is the Mountaineers of Tuscola 34 and Pisgah 10. We've got a lot of things planned at the halftime. We'll be back with you right at the beginning of the third quarter. Better than just to run the ball and continue to run it and let that clock tick. Pisgah's going to have to find a way to stop that vaunted running attack and cause some turnovers. I think they're going to have to create some turnovers on the Mountaineer side to get back in this game. Second down and 8. hands the ball off the middle. No, he pitches it outside. He's got pretty good room. And Sutton gets the ball up to about the 30-yard line. So it'll be third down and about 3.
Looked like he was stopped by 25, Dan Worrell, Van. And Dan got up feeling good about that tackle.
I'm going to tell you what, Dan Worrell's a football player. Nathan Sutton's not too shabby, I don't think. No flies on him. I'm sure there's a lot of coaches that would like to convince him to go to their school. 34-10 is the score. We're just beginning the second half. They hand the ball up the middle, and that's going to be stopped for no gain. A great play by the Pisgah defense.
They're definitely fired up, Van. They're ready to come out here and play in this second half. They're patting helmets and talking to each other, and they want to come. The Pisgah Bears want to come out here and have a good second half after trailing right now 24 points, 34-10 against Tuscola. So Pisgah looking to have a good second half and get this game a little closer.
Well, you got to say that Eddie Renault's going to get his team fired up, and you know that he's going to get them pumped up as far as pride, whether they win, lose, or draw.
Well, the punting was going to be a question for Tuscola throughout the week. Of course, as we mentioned, Chad Gentry, the normal punter, the usual punter, broke his ankle earlier this week, and Coach Brooks says Adam Huckabee was going to be the punter. Then they told us just before the game, no, Nathan Sutton will be the punter. Now there's Adam Huckabee ready to take the snap.
Let's see how he does. It took too long, I believe, so they're going to be a 5-yard penalty. I believe they had a player that just took too long to get on the field.
That's what it looked like. That's going to cost him a little bit.
5 yards.
That's exactly what it is, delay a game against Tuscola.
It'll move the ball back to about the 24-yard line. So it's not something you like to see, but those are the kind of mistakes that happen occasionally.
Well, we'll see if Adam Huckabee gets to punt it now.
I believe he will now, and now all the men are lined up and ready to play. They may rush it.
Only one man back for Pisgah.
Well, they fake it, and a good play by the special teams. Here come the Bears.
That's just good coverage for Tuscola. Marty Emmett catching that ball really had nowhere to go, Van, and he was brought down about the 39-yard line by a whole host of Mountaineers. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of Van Dan and Dan Lynch Broadcast Services Incorporated. Any copying or reproducing of the materials contained in this broadcast is strictly prohibited without prior written permission of Van Dan and Dan Lynch Broadcast Services Incorporated. Any such copying is a violation of federal law.
Okay, 1st and 10 for the Bears. Let's see if they can get some momentum going. They got that sweep on the left side. Look like they got a little bit of room. And they pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Looked like Jared Boone got that pitch out over to the left-hand side and picking up about 5 yards.
Well, I believe that the Bears of Pisgah have come out fired up, and I'll tell you what, they're ready to play ball.
There's no doubt. Looks like Jared was a little, or Boone was a little shaken up on that. He's going back over to the sideline, maybe to look like his arm could have been hit on that play.
Might have gotten a stinger. 2nd down and about 5 yards to go. Inman hands the ball off the middle. No, he doesn't. He pitches it, and that's going to be a loss. As Tuscola reacts well, and they throw him back for about a 3-yard, 4-yard loss. It's going to be about 3rd down and about 9 yards to go.
I believe Marty thought that they would key on him, so he pitched the ball out to Jamie Hughes. It was a high pitch, and by the time it got back to Hughes, also a couple of Tuscola Mountaineers were back there as well to bring down Hughes at about, he lost about 3 yards on that play.
We do want to remind everybody that if they'd like a copy of the game, they can get an order form in as far as the tape of the game. Is that right? Isn't that what? That's what they were saying on the PA, so no deal. Huh? Okay. Inman's going back. He's eluded the Tuscola players, and he's got a receiver. It could be Roadhammer. I can't tell.
Yes, it is Ben Roadhammer,
and there's a flag on the play, and that's got to be a late hit or something like that. I don't think it was a clipping penalty.
Van, I'll tell you what, that play looked like it was going nowhere fast for Pisgah. I thought they were going to be able to get back to Marty Inman. It looked like number 42, Scott Smith for Tuscola, was in hot pursuit, but from somewhere came a block, and Inman was able to get that pass off to Roadhammer, and he picked up the 1st down and then some. And it looks like this penalty is going to be against Tuscola.
I think it's going to be a 15-yarder. Well, you got to say Pisgah so far has had the momentum in the 3rd quarter. And that's going to march it down to about the 15-yard line. So a quick score, and, you know, it's anybody's game. Certainly gets the Bears in better position to get back in this game. I guess they really need 2 scores to really get back in the game, but a quick score would certainly give them some momentum.
Well, they could really use momentum right now.
Emmett is the quarterback. He's going to try to fake, and he gets some room. He may go all the way. He's going to go all the way. Inman carries it in for a touchdown, Bears.
That was a good run from Marty Inman. He tried to run up the middle. Nothing was there. Followed some blockers over to the right-hand side. Eric Ferguson with a strong try to bring him down before he got to the end zone, but no dice. Marty Inman scoring that touchdown.
I got a feeling there that the Mountaineers over-pursued the play because it went to the left originally, and I think Inman did most of that on his own.
Well, he saw some blocks over to the right-hand side. Evidently, his field vision is tremendous. He saw some blocks coming this way and cut back against the grain and was able to outrun the pursuit of Tuscola.
Well, it's still they're still not completely back, but they've got to feel good about the start of the second half. A great play. It's blocked.
Yeah, it looked like number 10, Bobby Brooks for Tuscola, broke through the line and got his hands up and blocked that extra point.
Well, that extra point took too long to develop. So 34-16 is the score. The Mountaineers are leading the Pisgah Bears. We'll be back after these messages on WDLB Channel 9, your hometown TV station. We're back at C.E. Weatherby Stadium, where it's been a beautiful night for high school football. No rain, very cool, crisp evening, but a lot of excitement. If you like scoring, this has been a fun game. And the Bears have gotten on the board quickly.
Yeah, there's no doubt this has been a high-scoring game. You know, Tuscola in this game averages around 16 points, Pisgah averaging about 15. And right now, Tuscola 34, and Pisgah is up over their average at 16. That's just a good kick from Marty Inman.
Boy, he's fired up. You got to ask yourself one question. Tuscola has a big lead, but, you know, sometimes when teams get big leads in basketball or football, it can cause them to get a little bit complacent. Will that happen tonight?
Yeah, we talked about this in the pregame, too, that Coach Brooks is a little concerned that his team might thought they're going to come out here and blow out Pisgah and therefore not play hard ball. They have been playing some tough football. Pisgah's been playing some tough football. This has been the game we've expected pretty much. You got to hope that they don't, Tuscola fans got to hope that their team doesn't slack up and allow Pisgah back in this game. Pisgah fans got to hope that they can get back in here and get back in this game a little bit more.
Well, they stop them for no gain on the first play. And I think that they're basically going to say, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us in the air. We're going to stuff the line of scrimmage with 9 to 11 men.
That turned around and bit him in the end of the, or about the middle, I guess, of the second quarter when Bobby Brooks threw a pass out to Nathan Sutton after Pisgah kept stuffing that line.
Well, Sutton just keeps racking up those yards, 120-some yards offense. That's unbelievable. First half. Second down and 10. Brooks going back. He's going to be passing. He's got a completed pass. No, they're going to say he was out of bounds.
Yep. He caught the ball, but it looks like he caught it out of bounds.
Well, it was a good play, just a little bit not quite executed well enough. He didn't quite get it off quick enough. Good defense by the Bears. They forced him out.
That's got to be a momentum boost for the Bears, too. Here it is 3rd and 10. You wonder what Tuscola's going to do right now. Not only are the Bears perked up on this beginning of this second half, it looks like their fans are coming alive as well.
Well, it's a great game for the county. It's a great game for high school football. If you can't get excited about this when something's wrong with your blood pressure. 3rd down and 10. Brooks going back to pass. A screen play for them, and that didn't work. It was a good attempt, but it just didn't work. As I think Pisgah was reading the same playbook that they execute so well, but they evidently smell that one coming.
Yeah, Mark Hyman for Pisgah in there on the tackle. He's all fired up about that. They try to run, Tuscola trying to run a little draw or a little screen pass and got nothing out of it. Well, I shouldn't say nothing. They got about
4 yards.
4 yards, which is nowhere near the first. So it looks like Adam Huckabee's going to try to punt again.
Well, he hadn't punted very often tonight as they've scored quite a bit. He gets it off, and it's a good kick. And it's called for a fair catch, and that's probably a wise thing to do, 36-yard line, although he might have had a little bit of room.
Well, if there was any question at all about Adam Huckabee's punting abilities, we know he's a great kicker, but any questions about his punting abilities, I believe he's answered those. He's got off a couple of good punts.
I believe that was 35 to 40 yards in the air. And it had pretty good hang time, too.
Well, you know, Van, in warm-up, I never did see him practice punting. Nathan Sutton was out there doing the punting as Adam Huckabee was concentrating more on his kicking. It's kind of surprising to see Huckabee out there doing the punting.
When you do the coach's show, I want to ask Doug about that trick play down there in the first half. That's one that deserves asking. Oh, good run by the Bears. Oh, what a shoestring tackle, saved a bigger run.
Yeah, Jeremy Cagle busting through just in the middle of the line and getting out there almost about 8 yards. Nathan Sutton on the stop, shoestring tackle, or Jeremy Cagle would have gotten several more yards.
I think that Pisgah has gotten the momentum in the second half, even though they're down by 18 points. I'll tell you, there's no quit in the Bears, and they got plenty of time to come back.
Well, there's no doubt either team's going to quit in this game, Van. This is bragging rights. This is big stuff in the county. Both teams are going to fight till the very end.
Receiver split wide, right and left. Inman going back. He's going for all the marbles, but he's being well defended, and it's going to be intercepted. There's a flag on the play. I think that's going to be offensive interference.
It could be. Greg Thomas catching that ball, had just great defense on number 20, Ben Rodarmer.
That's going to be offensive interference. You know, when you get in the call like that, it can go either way, but it looked like the Mountaineer player had the inside track on the pass.
Yeah, Thomas did. He had good coverage on that play against Ben Rodarmer. He was right there, as stride for stride.
A big break as the Mountaineers were trailing in the momentum category of not the scoreboard, but a great defensive play. The backs have done a much better job for Tuscola as the season has progressed, and that's another pickoff.
Greg Thomas, again, a transfer from Cott County, Tennessee. He's just a junior, but you know Coach Brooks is really glad that he's transferred to Tuscola because he's playing some outstanding ball tonight.
I understand they've got a football team in Tennessee. Is that right?
One over Knoxville?
Yeah. Right, fair team. Beat the Bulldogs. Okay, here come the Mountaineers as they run it off on that slant side.
Yeah, they give that back to the first man through, Daniel Reams.
Well, I don't know what adjustments were made at halftime, but I think the Bears have done a reasonably good job so far in the second half of containing that run game.
Just hard to overcome those turnovers. That's the fourth one for Pisgah tonight right now. 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. Is that right? No, 3 interceptions and 1 fumble. Aaron Owen on the stop on that play.
Second down. And the Bears stopped Sutton for a loss on the play, if anything. If he got back in the line of scrimmage, I'd be surprised.
That was a real quick pitch out to Sutton. Looked like number 40 for Pisgah. Neil Cagle kind of over-pursued, but he had those linebackers coming in to make the stop. And that's just a good defense from Pisgah because it looked like that play could have been something.
I'd like to know what Ben Cagle runs the 40 in because he is fast.
Neil? Oh, yes.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a 4.45 or a 4.6 or somewhere along those lines. Here come the Mountaineers, 3rd down and 7. Hand the ball off. They've got a little bit of room, but he's going to be short of the first down. Sutton gets up close to the first down stick, but I think he's going to be a little bit short. They wouldn't go for it, would they?
Looks like Gary Duval in on the tackle on Nathan Sutton run. They're spotting the ball down. They moved the ball down a little bit.
I don't think they got a good spot on that one.
I don't think the fans over here on the Tuscola sideline agree with that spot either. The Pisgah fans are loving it, and that's moved the ball back. It looks like a 4th and about 2.5, maybe 3, and it looks like Tuscola's going to have to punt one more time. So far, the Pisgah defense doing a good job in this half.
Got an excellent job. Huckabee has shown he can kick the ball. He gets it off, and it's a long kick. It's going to take a Tuscola bounce. Woo! That is a long kick. Goes down to the 15-yard line. Unbelievable. That's got to be about a 50 to 60-yard punt.
That's just a great punt. He had a beautiful spiral on it. I don't believe you could have thrown that ball any better. You know, that's what he does for a living, pretty much his kick. He plays soccer for Tuscola, and, you know, he's their kicker out here. Now it looks like he's going to be their punter, too, while Chad Gentry is recuperating with that broken ankle.
I don't know what you call those young fans down there for Tuscola that don't have the shirts on, but you can call them zany. I guess you could call them a lot of things. But anyway, we had a fan running down there with a flag in Tuscola. He's got the spirit.
He was over on Pisgah sideline a couple of minutes ago, and he didn't have any friends over there.
No. They're stopping. Evidently, the officials are talking to one of the players. I don't know exactly what the problem is. It might be an equipment situation. I think they're going to have it worked out fairly quickly, so let's kind of keep it here. 34-16, you'd have to say on the momentum department, even with the turnover, that Pisgah's had a little bit the better of it in the 3rd period. You know, Pisgah came out strong last week in the 3rd period.
Yeah, they did. It looked like they were going to go ahead and take over that game against West Henderson.
Let's see if the Bears can get something going. They're starting deep in their own territory. Field position is so important in football, and starting from your own 15 makes it difficult to score. Pisgah's already scored 1 touchdown. They hand the ball off up the middle, and that didn't go for much.
Looks like they gave it to Jeremy Cagle once again. He was brought down by several Tuscola Mountaineers. You know, Doug Brooks is very high on the kicking game. He says there are three keys or three aspects of football: offense, defense, and your kicking game. And he likes to have a good kicker and a good punter. And looks like he's found a pretty good punter in Adam Huckabee. That field position on that punt's helped Tuscola quite a bit right now.
No question about it. Second down and about 8 yards to go. Marty Inman's the field general for the Pisgah Bears. He's going to hand the ball off, and a good second effort by, was that Jamie Hughes?
No, that looked like number 21, Jared Boone, in on that carry.
A good second effort. He did a great job.
Looked like he was stopped by 63, Joe Powell. And Joe Powell was not the first man to him. Looked like Boone shed off a couple of tacklers to get out there a couple more yards before Powell brought him down, but a good hard tackle from Powell on Boone.
I don't know who's going to win this game, but I'll tell you one thing. Pisgah's got that want to win, and they got that attitude that they're not going to go down easy. 34-16 is the score. 2:06 to play in the third period. Third down and about 2 yards. Here come the Bears. I don't think he made it.
He fumbled the ball, man.
I believe the Bears lose the ball, and the Mountaineers have it.
It looked like Greg Thomas was opportunistic. He was right there at the right time. The ball popping loose and popped right up into his hands, and he got the fumble. That's the 5th turnover for Pisgah right now.
I know Coach Renaud is going to talk about that as being one of the keys to this game. He's not going to be happy with the turnovers. Certainly got to be pleased with the attitude and the spirit and the fight of the Pisgah Bears, but not the mistakes.
Well, you're right. It's very hard to score when you don't have the ball, and right now they've given Tuscola the ball 5 times and haven't took advantage of any turnovers.
That was a procedure penalty against one of the linemen. He just moved about a count too quick. And he's not happy with himself.
I'm wondering if he can't hear the counter. He looks like he was waving over toward the sidelines a little bit, and maybe he can't hear Bobby Brooks do that count.
Cadence can be important, you know, when a quarterback is given the count. It might have been that the band kept him from hearing.
Exactly.
First and 15 for the Mountaineers. They've got a good opportunity. They'd like to probably regain some momentum, even though they've had a couple of turnovers. They really haven't capitalized yet in the third period.
Well, Van, even if they don't get a touchdown, they move it a few more yards. They'll be in Adam Huckabee's range for a field goal.
What is the problem now is another penalty. Somebody's lined up off sides. I don't know whether it's the offense or the defense.
Well, Pisgah's clapping their hands and Tuscola's moving back. Another procedure.
I know Doug Brooks is probably pulling his hair right now and saying, boys, we can't keep doing this.
Well, he keeps holding his hands up and shaking his head saying, what in the world's going on?
Well, you know, sometimes we forget that they are high school kids, Kerry, and they're going to make some mistakes every now and then. That's just natural. We're not real fair with them sometimes, you know. First and 20 for the Mountaineers, sorry. Brooks hands the ball off up the middle. Reams on the carry, and he didn't get much, maybe 2 or 3 yards. That's a pretty conservative call. Maybe, you know, you have to run that play every so often, though, because if you don't, they start keying on those sweeps on the outside or the slant runs. And if you don't run it up the middle, it doesn't keep them honest. Well, so there's a purpose to it.
Pisgah was set up in a strange setup on defense right there. They had a hole that Tuscola looked like they were going for, but no going at all. Again, Pisgah plays a strong and a quick line.
Well, they've got a runner now, and he didn't get much, and that's Sutton. Sutton maybe got 3 yards on the play, so they're not moving the ball real well on the ground this half. You got to say Pisgah has made a difference. I think that the Mountaineers are going to have to throw more. They got to loosen that game up again. We're close to the end of the third period. The score is the Mountaineers 34 and the Bears 16. And I don't believe we'll get another play off. I don't think
believe Tuscola's interested in getting another playoff. They'll start the fourth quarter from down here.
So that's the end of the third quarter with the Mountaineers still in the lead, 34-16. We'll be back on WDLB Channel 9, your hometown TV station. Third and 16 as we start the fourth period, the final stanza. Here go the Mountaineers. They throw the ball out in a slant pattern. I believe he's caught the ball. Yeah, he did catch it.
He did catch it.
But it's going to be short.
That was just a good catch. Looked like it was number 21, Jonathan Shelton, in on that catch.
He took a lick, too.
Yeah, Neil Cagle in on there on the stop, going for the interception, but no dice. Shelton caught the ball. Looks like he took a pretty good lick. Now what are they going to do?
They might go for the field goal.
Well, you know, last time we saw Tuscola play several weeks ago, Huckabee had, what was that, a 34, 37-yard field goal. And right now, it'd be about 35-yarder, so they're going to go for it.
Well, this is well within his range. He's got a strong foot.
There's no doubt about that, Van. He really does. He's one of the better kickers around in high school football.
Let's see if he gets a good snap this time. The snap is up. The kick is up. And it's going to be short. Just short. I believe he was about 2 or 3 yards short. A good kick, but not quite long enough.
I'm not sure what happened. Pisgah defenders got in there, but it looked like he kicked it well, just not long enough.
Which is a little bit unusual because he has a strong foot. He maybe just didn't get all of it.
Well, it looked like there was a high snap on the, the snap was a little high, and maybe they didn't get the timing down a little bit, and timing's everything in the kicking game.
That's got to give Pisgah a little bit of momentum. They certainly have won the second half, but you got to win all the halves. Here comes Inman. He's got the ball. He's got 3 or 4 yards on the carry. I tell you what, he's shown that he can run the ball.
Looked like he was stopped by number 42, Scott Smith, and 15, Greg Thomas.
Scott Smith. I believe I've heard that before somewhere.
And Greg Thomas, both of them playing some outstanding defense. Marty Inman on the keeper, you know, he's right now Pisgah's leading rusher, and we're seeing him on the option keep the ball a little bit more than we have seen in other games.
Well, with his foot speed tonight, he's done a good job. 2nd and about 6. Hands the ball off. Looks like he's got Hughes with the ball.
Jimmy Hughes, he looks like he'll get the first down depending on the spot right now.
I don't think I believe they're going to give him the first, but
well, I don't know, Van. They're setting it right at the 30, and I believe he had to go just to they're going to call it the sticks and have to measure this because it's very close.
I didn't think he got a great spot on that. I thought he might have gotten to maybe a half a football more or a football more than where they spotted it. Of course, that's happened to both teams tonight.
There's no doubt. It's going to be close no matter what. I
believe you're right.
That's a first down.
First down, Pisgah.
The Bears have certainly played a much better second half than they played the first half, with the exception of the turnovers, but they haven't been hurt by the turnovers this half like they were in the first half.
Well, time's a big enemy for the Bears right now, too. They still have to score a couple of touchdowns to get back in this game, and here we are into the fourth quarter. About 10 minutes left in the game. You know, that third quarter went by very fast.
I believe they're going to have to throw some. Inman again. He's got some room. He's got some big room. A first down by Inman. A great gallop. I guess he got about 15 yards on that play, 14 anyway. Great run by Inman as he gets the ball up to the 44-yard line of the Bears.
Van Inman is really making some good decisions on that run, and he's picking the holes that he wants to go to, and they're really the right decisions a lot of the time. He scampered for another first down before 15 for Tuscola. Guess who? Greg Thomas brought him down.
I believe we're seeing the growing up of a Pisgah team here in the second half. They hand the ball off to... Is that Hughes or that Cagle?
Jared Boone.
Jared Boone, okay.
Jared Boone getting the pitch over here to this left-hand side.
He gets about 4 yards on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 6.
Coming out of that pile was the number 85 for Tuscola, Mike Monday, a big guy, 215 pounds. You'd consider him if he was stopping 21 Jared Boone, who weighs about 165 pounds. Who do you think would do the stopping?
I think Monday would be the man that would do the stopping. 2nd and 6. The Bears have had the momentum in the second half, but have capitalized on only one play. What a stick!
That's just a great defensive play from number 63, Joe Powell, as he stuck Jeremy Cagle right at the line of scrimmage.
We've said that name a few times tonight as well. He's had a good game as well.
That's going to fire up a player and a team when you make a stick like that.
Got to be 3rd down and long now, and the Mountaineers would like to do more than just let the clock beat Pisgah. I think they'd like for it to be a little bit more demonstrative. Right now, the Bears can score, and they're in pretty good shape. 34-16 is the score. Emmons going to go back to pass this time. He's got time. And the pass is incomplete, and one of the receivers is saying, I was interfered with, but no call.
Yeah, that pass out to number 26, Damon Lawrence for Pisgah. Bobby Brooks in on the coverage, and it would have had to have been a perfect pass from Marty Inman for Lawrence to have caught it, because Bobby Brooks had some real good coverage there.
Well, you know, I think they probably made a pretty wise decision to run the ball some, even though it eats up the clock, because they have had so many passes intercepted tonight. Kicking game now for Pisgah. And he gets off a pretty good kick, too. Sutton's back there, picks it up. He's got a little room on the sideline, and he's brought out.
Yeah, Sutton coming down this right-hand side, thought he had something, picked up a few yards. He was stopped by number 51 for Pisgah, Scott Murphy, and then kind of wrestled out of bounds. He never really did go down.
I am sure right now Doug Brooks is saying, let's run the ball. Let's run it and run that clock down.
If he passes, I'll be surprised. But there again, you know, we have seen Doug tonight use a halfback pass back to the quarterback, so he might.
He didn't have anything tricky planned, though. I think old Doug has pulled the wool over our eyes a little bit. He had a little trick there.
Well, there's no doubt right now with 8.5 minutes left in this game, he's going to run out as much of the clock as he possibly can before he gives it back to Pisgah.
I wasn't inferring that Doug was old now. That was just an expression. Uh-oh. A good defensive play by the Bears.
On a couple of counts, number 51 for Pisgah, Scott Murphy, got back there, but he had a good block laid on him from the Tuscola backfield. Then it looked like number 50, Aaron Owen, had a good hit making that stop.
I believe he's hurt a little bit.
He took a good shot. He could be shaking up just a hair. Tuscola still gained about 2 yards on that carry.
Great defense, but still a gain. 2nd down and 8 yards to go for the Mountaineers, and they'd like to run the ball for a while. Take some time off that clock. And they hand the ball up the middle, and Reams did not get a lot, maybe a couple of yards on the play.
Van, I'm not sure Daniel Reams was too interested in getting yardage as much as he was making sure that he wrapped the ball up and wasn't getting it stripped. Therefore, he could, you know, keep possession for Tuscola and keep killing that clock. He just really wrapped up and hoping that no one would take it away from him.
Well, that, you know, mistakes have been critical against Pisgah, and I think that really is the big difference in the game.
I think you're right. I think that's a good point. You know, with 5 turnovers, it's going to be hard to beat about anyone.
Tuscola's got the ball. They pitch it out to Sutton. He's got the sweep. Can he make the corner? Yeah, he does, but there's a flag on the play. I believe there could be a clip over there or a hold. That's going to come back. He got a 1st down, but I believe that's coming back.
Flags on the play.
Brooks looks like he's a little gimpy.
I couldn't tell who made the tackle on the other side of the field on Nathan Sutton as they were getting close to the out of bounds, but boy, he brought him down.
Holding penalty. Holding against the Mountaineers, so that's going to bring it back. That negates a great play. It was not very fortuitous that he did that.
I should have got a copyright on that word. Like 3 feet.
There were 3 P's.
Ball spotted at the 25-yard line.
There again, this is the 32nd time these two teams have played. Tuscola edging out Pisgah so far with 16 victories. Pisgah has 14. They've tied 1 time. That was back in the 70s. And, of course, as we mentioned in the pregame, Coach Brooks with 11 victories to 4 losses so far.
I bet he doesn't throw this time, Kerry. I bet he runs it. Let's see. It is an obvious passing situation, but don't count on it.
For the most part, it is, Van, but then, you know, we've talked about it before, the way Coach Brooks says, you know, 4 things happen when you throw the ball, 3 of them are bad. And the way that Adam Huckabee has been punting, I believe I'd let him go back there and try to punt another great one again.
And let the defense get out there and do their job.
Yeah, they got the ball that was about 10.5 minutes. Right now there's only 6:45 left in the final period. So, you know, they ate up almost 4 minutes on that drive. That's pretty good ball control right now.
Well, it's going to take 18 points to tie it. That's more than 2 touchdowns. That's 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Uh-oh. He gets it off, but it was a low snap. And I believe he's going to he's going to field it. That was gutsy.
Yeah, Marty Inman with a good catch and a little scrambling got out there. It looked like 31 for Tuscola made the stop.
Inman is really a cagey player. He's got a lot of courage.
I'm sorry, I misread that.
31, Jason Pryor.
Okay.
Pryor.
Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10, Pisgah.
Thought I misread a number there.
Okay.
Jason Pryor in on that stop.
First and 10 for the Bears of Pisgah. Uh-oh, I think they started a little bit soon on that one. Oh, he overthrew him.
Looks like Marty Inman rushed that pass a little bit. It was a high snap, got past him. Looked like when he came up, he probably wasn't sure where the defenders were coming from and threw a high pass out to number 20, Ben Rodarmer. Rodarmer was all alone over here in the left-hand side.
Well, I believe that I think they got away with one. I think one of the players started a little bit soon. They didn't get flagged for it.
Well, Pisgah's back in the shotgun again.
Well, that's a good place to work with right now with time running out.
Again, another high snap, this time not over his head.
He gets his receiver, and a great play.
Looked like number 21, Jared Boone, catching that ball and wisely getting out of bounds to stop the clock.
It's not a first down, Kerry.
Oh, looks like they picked up...
they picked up some good yardage, but it's still not a first down. It's going to be 3rd and about 2. You know, if I were Tuscola, I'd give them that pass all night long. They can have that because they can't score enough times in the amount of time they've got left to win the ball game. The clock is the big enemy.
Right now, yes, we're looking at just under 6 minutes left in this ball game.
Edmond hands the ball off up the middle, and they got the first down.
Jeremy Cagle running just off the center, right in the middle of that Pisgah Bear line, getting up about 5 yards or so. So, yeah, he picked up the first down, getting the ball down to about the 40.
I'm impressed with the fight in these Bears. They have really done a good job of working hard to win this half. Going back is Inman. He's got a receiver, and he's got close to a first down.
Well, that was a good pass from Marty Inman down to number 88, Tim Clark. Now, Clark took a good hit to keep, but he kept the ball. Clark's a senior, but he has never played at the varsity level before. So this is really his first year.
He's made some good catches for Pisgah in the games we've done already. Inman going back to pass. Got a receiver. It's going to be close to intercepted.
Almost. Greg Thomas for Tuscola almost had that ball. It didn't look like anyone was around, but Thomas has some good speed and got in there and almost picked the ball off.
2nd and 10 for the Bears of Pisgah.
Actually, it's going to be about 3rd and 1.
Sorry. That's why you're the fearless prognosticator. 3rd and 1 for the Bears. You know they're going to run it. And they get it easy. He's got plenty of room. He may go down to about the, I guess, to the 13-yard line. A great run.
Yeah,
I don't think they were looking for that.
I don't think so either, although you really have to on short yardage. The Bears are famous for giving that ball to Jeremy Cagle, short yardage situation. He's a bull of a runner, and he runs out the middle. You know, it's interesting, though. He's got lots of yards, but he still doesn't have a rushing touchdown on the year. He's caught a couple passes for touchdowns, but still no rushes.
A draw, quarterback draw is what they called. And Inman gets pretty good yardage. He picked up about 5 or 6. But the clock is still running down as he gets the ball down to about the 6 or 7-yard line. I'm having a little bit of hard time reading that yard marker down there. Maybe it's closer to the 9.
Well, no, it's sitting just
close to the 10.
This side of the 10-yard line. But they still lack right at a little over 5 yards for the first down.
Well, they can make a first down without making a touchdown for sure.
Exactly.
Here come the Bears. I believe what happened? Oh, Inman gets stopped for no gain and loses some.
Looked like he had nowhere to run. Thought about cutting back to this side, the right-hand side, and had nowhere to go. Looked like 85 for Tuscola, Mike Monday, who Coach Brooks says one day, if he's not there, will be great. Says he's a very good ball player.
He's shown flashes of that this year for sure. He's had some big tackles, and that was a big tackle.
Well, also, Mike Monday's only a sophomore. And, you know, he's a big guy, probably do some more growing at 6'3", 215 pounds. And he's going to be a big key for this Tuscola line for a couple more years to come.
We're going to take time out with a score. The Mountaineers 34, the Pisgah Bears 16 on WDLB Channel 9, your hometown TV station. We're back at CE Weatherby. The clock just keeps on ticking. 4:15 to play. Emma going back to pass. He's got to do something. He throws it out. Is it caught?
No, it wasn't. It was deflected and then in and out of the hands. Nathan Sutton in on the coverage, and it looked like he could have got a hand on it. And then it was in and out of the hands of, I believe that's number 21, Jared Boone.
I believe they got to go for it here. You know, you're this close, you just as well go for it. What you got to lose? There are no tomorrows.
You're not going to start singing, are you?
I promise.
Okay, good. That was a pass that Boone probably could have caught, but it would have been a fantastic catch. It was looked like Sutton got in there just at the last moment and tipped it away. It was in and out of hands then of Boone, and he just couldn't get the handle.
Well, evidently another timeout has been called, and I don't blame them. This is a big play. If they can score here, it will at least make it closer.
Well, this is decision time. It's 4th and 9 right now for Pisgah.
I think we're going to leave it here right now. We're going to have plenty of opportunities to play a few ads. We really want to thank all our sponsors for bringing you these ball games, and like to thank Salmon's Communication and the administration at the central office, Haywood County School System, the 2 fine principals for the ball game here tonight. Fred Chandler, Buddy Chandler of Tuscola, and of course Mike Matthews of Pisgah. We could not function as effectively without the assistance and help of both schools and their key athletic people. We really do appreciate their help.
Big play for Pisgah right now, 4th and 9.
That is for sure. Inman going back to pass. He's going to be rushed. He's got some room. He's going to throw it. Oh, just misses. Had a receiver in the end zone, but couldn't quite hit him.
That is bad luck for Pisgah because, yes, he did. Marty Inman had a man in the end zone who was wide open, went to the corner, and just a high pass.
Well, a good effort, but he had a lot of pressure, and he eluded the pressure and didn't get as much time to plant his feet probably as a light because Marty Inman's a pretty good passer.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to go to Tim Clark back there in the corner of the end zone, and it was just a high pass that Clark could not corral. And Inman really almost a shoestring sack back there from Tuscola, but Inman still got the pass off.
1st and 10 for the Mountaineers as they have to have a little bit of momentum from stopping the Bears as they get the ball up for a gain of about 2-3 yards.
Yeah, Reams carrying the ball, and again, Tuscola, their big goal right now is just to kill the clock as much as they possibly can. Only about 3 minutes and about 45 seconds left in the game.
Well, the game started out in the first half like they were going to have to buy some new lights for the scoreboard, but it's slowed down significantly in the second half as far as the scoring.
This has been a speedy second half.
2nd and 8 for the Mountaineers. Brooks is the quarterback. Hands the ball off the middle. Ferguson gets the ball and gets maybe 3 or 4, but not a big gain. Right up the middle.
Yeah, it looked like Ferguson was hit initially by Travis Privet for Pisgah. About time he got the ball, but he still gained several yards on that carry. Just a good run for Ferguson. He's having a big night.
We're going to have to take a timeout right here. The score is 34-16 as there seems to be an injured player on the field. We'll be back in a little bit after these messages from WDLB Channel 9, your hometown station.
Yo, all you homebrides out in Bronx, this one's for you. Pump up the volume.
We're back at CE Weatherby. The clock just keeps on ticking, and I'm going to tell you what, that is the biggest enemy of the Bears. They played a great second half. They lead in touchdowns 1-0 in the second half, but that's not the way the game is played. 3rd down and 4, and I don't believe they got it on the sweep play. Tuscola did, and so they're going to have to kick it.
Now here comes the punting team.
Nathan Sutton was the ball carrier. So Tuscola did what they wanted to do. They ran some time off that clock, and of course, it's getting tougher and tougher to be in the game now.
There's no doubt Pisgah's in a bad situation right now for the Bears because they're going to have to score a couple of touchdowns and then some to get back into this ball game, and here we are approaching the 2-minute mark.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. It looks like there may be evidently not a flag. I thought there might be somebody offsides or something. Another nice kick by Adam Huckabee as the ball bounces down to about the 33.
Looked like Marty Inman was toying with some of the Tuscola players down there. It was not a kick that he would have, a punt that he would have corralled and tried to run, but he faked once or twice. Maybe hopefully Tuscola would go ahead and down the ball as it was rolling farther and farther into Pisgah territory.
I want to say this. I think Pisgah's grown up some this game. I think they have matured some in that they played a great second half.
Well, they haven't gotten down on themselves, and that's a big key for Pisgah right now. And Coach Renaud really wanted Pisgah to be able to to keep going, to hold their heads up, not hang their head down and get down when they're behind. And Pisgah's really been playing a good second half.
They're going to have to stop the turnover problem, but if they can do that, they can beat a lot of teams this year. Hammond's going back to pass. He's going to run it, I think. Maybe not. He tries to throw it, but it's incomplete. I think they're going to say, is that interference or is it going to be? I didn't see interference. I thought maybe he ran over the line of scrimmage, but we'll find out.
Man downfield, Van. You know, when you scramble like that and people are trying to find someone else to block, and you got a tendency to drift downfield a little too far, and that's probably what happened with Pisgah right there.
Well, we're hearing a little singing.
Just under 2 minutes left in this game.
I believe Tuscola fans are celebrating. Maybe I guess they're not celebrating too early, but it's going to be difficult to score 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points and then a field goal. An eligible receiver downfield is the call. Van Campbell along with Kerry Carino on Channel 9 WDLB, your hometown TV station.
Well, still some more conversing going on down there with the men in stripes.
Well, I get it straight in a second. Don't think it's going to affect the outcome a great deal one way or the other. Maybe he's going to come over and talk to the coaches now and explain it to them a little bit, see what's going on.
That's exactly what one official is doing right now. He's talking with the coaches down at Tuscola.
I think they're talking over there with the Pisgah coaches as well, maybe not. We'll take a timeout after these messages from our sponsors. This is WDLB Channel 9, your hometown TV station. The Score. The Mountaineers 34, the Bears 16. Hammond going back to pass. He's being rushed. He tosses it out, and it's intercepted.
Bobby Brooks in on the coverage, getting that ball, and he was quickly tackled by, I believe that was number 21, Jared Boone.
And in addition to a turnover, there looks like there might be a hurt player on the field. So we're going to take a timeout for these messages on WDLB Channel 9, your hometown TV station. With the Score. The Mountaineers 34, the Pisgah Bears 16.
Pump it up while you...
We are back, and another turnover. Is that the 6th turnover? I believe it is.
That's by my counts, the 6th turnover. Looked like Chris Woods for Pisgah had a cramp or something. Of course, he was injured a couple of weeks ago, but looks like he walked off the field on his own to power, and that's always a good sign. A couple of the fans over here at the Tuscola sideline giving him a round of applause.
Well, it is a friendly rivalry, but I don't think there's any ill will on each side. It's just bragging rights. 1st and 10. And they're going to run the ball up the middle.
Daniel Reams in on the carry right up the middle, getting just a yard or 2 before he was stopped. And again, he's just making sure no one takes that ball away from him. About a minute and a half left in this game now.
Well, you got to wonder how many timeouts Pisgah's got left. They don't have too many, I don't think.
I think they've got 1 left. Scott Murphy in on the tackle for Pisgah.
So basically, they can't stop that clock from rolling too much. I believe they can just about run out the clock.
Yeah, they're just about to the time where Pisgah can concede this game.
2nd down and 7 for the Mountaineers. Bobby Brooks is the field general. Hands the ball off, and that didn't go for much at all. In fact, I think they lost yardage on the play. That was Sutton.
Yeah, Scott Murphy in on that tackle, too. He's playing that play just perfect. Was right there about the time Sutton got to him.
Timeout Pisgah. We'll take time in for these messages. The Score is the Tuscola Mountaineers 34, the Pisgah Bears 16 on WDLB Channel 9, your hometown.
They got a block punt.
And he's going to run it in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Bears.
Jared Boone picking up that block punt, running it in for a touchdown.
Well, we say it's over. I guess it is, but that was a big play by the Bears. And certainly it gives them a little salvage, just a little pride, if nothing else.
Yeah, they got in there and blocked that punt. That was beautiful. No Tuscola players were around when Boone picked the ball up and ran it into the corner of the end zone. I would imagine we'll see an onside kick coming up.
I think that's a fairly safe assumption. It won't make a lot of difference, but I think it's a fairly safe assumption. But they're playing for pride right now. Let's see if they can get that point after. Let's see if they can kick it through. The snap, he fumbles it. He's going to try to get 2 points out of it. He throws it, and it's incomplete. So 34-22 probably is going to be our final score. May not be, but in all likelihood. Well, that was a big play. We'll take time out for these messages. The score, the Mountaineers 34, the Bears 22. On WDLB Channel 9, your home.
With their hands people in there.
Well, let's see what happens. Here comes the onside kick. I don't believe it's going to go quite far enough. Well, it did, and I believe they got it.
It did. Looked like number 90 for Pisgah picked that ball.
They got it. What a play. Well, Pisgah's salvaged a lot of pride, if nothing else. 34-22 is the score.
Chip Cody for Pisgah picking up that ball just as it got over the 10 yards needed. That was a good bounce. Marty Inman kicked it. It rolled about 5 yards, took a high hop. No one from Tuscola looked like they could get to it. And Chip Cody for Pisgah picking it up, giving Pisgah one more chance to score.
Okay, Inman going back to pass. He's deep. He may run it. He's got a little bit of room, but he's going to run out the clock if he doesn't watch it. And they run him out of bounds, and he got a first down. 4.4 seconds on the. He might have been better off just to toss it somewhere.
Well, they've got definitely one more play, and that's going to be it. It looked like he was read out of bounds by 26 Eric Ferguson. And when I say rode out of bounds, he was rode out of bounds hard.
Yeah, that one might. I don't think there was any intentional ill will, but that one could have been called roughing possibly.
Well, we're going to see a shotgun, and the ball's going to go in the air. I feel pretty good that the Pisgah's going to air it out right now.
This is what you call send everybody down the Fat Albert play. You go long. We're going to try the Hail Mary. I believe it may have been caught.
No, it wasn't.
It was close. That's the end of the ball game with the final score. The Mountaineers of Tuscola bringing home the trophy for the county, 34. The Pisgah Bears, 22. We'll be back after these messages.